Hi everyone. So in this tutorial we've got the outline of the turtle, and what we're going to do is we're going to fill up the turtle with various Zentangle patterns. So I've got my cup of tea with me ready to relax, and then we're just gonna start filling it out. You don't have to do the same patterns as me, you can make your own up, and what we're going to do is we're going to colour it in as well. So I've got some artist markers, so remember these from last time, got those if I need to use those. And I've also got some felt tip fine liner pens, so I've got a nice selection of them, so these kind. But if you don't have any of those, then normal felt tips will be fine, or you can use pencils, crayons, oil pastels, paints. You can even, if you don't want to do patterns, you can do a collage, or you can actually do a collage and then draw your patterns on top, so it's entirely up to you. So I'm just going to make a start here then. So I want to start off with the head, so I'm just going to, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw it all in pencil, because I quite like putting pencil on first, but you don't have to. You can use a pen. Okay, and then I'm just going to go the other way, just doing it on a curve. Okay, and then just going to draw some circles. And that's what I like about these, you can do whatever you like. You can colour it in, or you can leave it black and white. It's, you know, your own personal choice, no right or wrong. No, it doesn't even matter if you do what I've just done and gone out the lines. It's just mindfulness art. So if you've had a tough day at work, or you've been off work, and or you don't work and you've had a bit of a stressful day, this is great to unwind. So I'm using, I've printed this on card. You can put it on paper. It can be any paper surface you can put it on. I've seen some people draw on maps, so that looks pretty good, or newspaper. So you'd have to use like darker, darker markings to see it, but I think that would look really good. Okay, so I'm gonna put it around that way, and I am going to choose I know, just wiggly lines. And just want to draw some circles. I mean, this is also good even if you're not stressed or anything, and you know you want to do a bit of art. You can do this as like a warm-up piece. Okay, I'm going to do the same the other side, but you feel free to mix and match it up. Okay, oh, getting a bit warm. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to, rather than do, you know, the back flippers, if that's what you want to call them, I'm going to work my way down. So I am going to, let's have a look. There's plenty of different patterns you can use. Let's see. I'm going to go up and down the line, and then under, over, under, over. So it's quite sort of simple and effective. So what I'll do is I'm just going to draw the outlines of the patterns first, and then what I'm going to do is, you know, colour in different patterns, add lines, that kind of a thing. I'm just freehanding the lines in here, so I'm not going to use any sort of straight surface, but you can if you want to. So I'm just going to and then so many different choices. So if you have any outlines of animals that you would like us to do, then feel free to make suggestions in the comments on my YouTube channel. So that's Paws and Pencils Art, and please feel free to subscribe, so then you can get updates of all the other tutorials that are coming through. Also, you can go into the Pencil Paws community, and also where you can share your work, add a comment in there as well. So I'm just doing these shapes. These shapes remind me of guitar picks, like, you know, plectrums. Just gonna add patterns. As you can see, I like doing circles. I think it just looks really effective. And it's like lotus petal shapes. Ooh. So you can make whatever pattern you like with these. Oh, forgot to add that bit there, didn't I? There we go, that's better. And that. Like that. Sorry, I'm getting carried away here. Right, just need to make sure, sorry, that I've got this all on camera, so you can, if you want to copy me, you can sort of see how I'm doing it. Went right into the zone there. So with this one, I'm not actually touching the line that I've already drawn. I'm just doing like a cross on it. And then what I'm going to do is add lines like that, so they're arching over. And then again. And on there as well. So I've not stuck the tape, this down with tape today, because I think, you know, it's better to sort of have like freedom of movement whilst I'm doing this, so I'm not restricted. Okay. And then, oh, hang on, let me just, I went a bit wonky there. So if you wanted to get yourself some cardstock, I got mine from Amazon, but you don't have to get it from there. There's plenty of places that do it. I just got it because I needed it for quickness. So I'm just going for like any sort of pattern, really. Right. So this, I'm just going in the same direction across, just curving them slightly. And then over here, we just do the opposite way here. Let's move it over to the middle a bit. And so you can do as many lines like down and across as you like. I've chosen to do 3, but you can do more. This one's quite effective when it's coloured and shaded. It looks really good. Okay, and then spread that out a bit more. So that's that. So then okay, so I'm just going to make that slanted a bit. Yeah, that's it. And just do some squares. I think we did this on the butterfly last week, didn't we? But I like this one, it's really effective. And it's also good practice as well. And up there as well. Okay, so we're gonna go around that way and that way, and then we're going to carry on doing the same. So from the outside to the inside, outside, inside, outside, inside. And then we're going to go under, over, under, over, under, over, under. And the same for this one. Okay, so that's that. And okay, and what else can I do? Right. There's so many different combinations you can do here. That's that. And just do some arrows in there. We can do some that way. And then actually that's it. Right, so we got to that bit, and then doesn't have to be perfect, because after all, this is just a bit of mindfulness and relaxation. Okay, that's that. And just doing diamond shapes on here. Just making sure that you can see it on the screen. Oh. Actually, I don't need to do that. Actually, that should have gone over there, but doesn't matter if it doesn't. There we go. And okay. And then I'm just gonna do these two flippers, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave. No, I'm not gonna leave it. I've decided what I'm gonna do. Oh, going across. And just filling in these circles from top to bottom on the line. And then just going to do the same in the opposite direction. Oh. And what I'm going to do once I've got all these pencil marks in, I am going to take out one of my black fine liner pens and go round it in all right over the pencil line, and then I'm going to colour it in. Okay, just have a drink of my tea. Right. Okay, outside bits. I'm just going to do diagonal. Okay, and then it's funny when I'm doing this, trying to get it, I don't know if it's like my spatial awareness or my perspective, or you know, it's to do with my neurodiversity. I struggle to work out the direction something needs to go to on one side and flip it to the other side, and yeah, it's weird how it sort of does that to me, and I have to really think about it. Right, okay, so that's the okay, so that is the pattern completed. Right, I'm just gonna grab one of my fine liner pens. That one, that's too thick. So if you're new to fine liner pens, then you just need to look at the top just to sort of see how thick the pen nib's going to be. So I'm choosing an 01. This is the Sakura Pigma Micron pen. So it's with these you get it on the lid and also on the side as well. Okay, so actually, I just, doesn't matter if it's not directly over the pencil line, because we can rub out any of the extra pencil line before we start adding the colour. So we don't, again, need to be overly precious with this. Okay, so then we're going to work on the flippers. Even if like you're doing the same patterns as me, it's all still gonna look different to mine because of like everyone having a different style. So think because we've got such fine detail on this turtle, I think what I'm going to do is stick to fine liner felt tip pens, but you can use whatever you have available. So I'm just adding a few lines. On this. And oh. Okay, and then I'm going to do lines on there. Okay, so it's already looking different even just by adding the you know, the black fine liner onto it. Okay. So when you're doing like patterns like this, it helps to move the paper around because some of these patterns are sort of quite intricate. So, you know, I just find this so relaxing. I've got Zentangle tiles, and so if you've not seen those before, they come in packs like that. So I think it's about, I think the measurement's like 3.5 inches squared, and so these patterns are great for drawing on here, and you can use like graphite pencil and this paper stumps to sort of blend, you know, the graphite pencil on it and to give it a three-dimensional look. And I've also just done a mandala on one of these, and I've done that in colour. And yes, I'm actually gradually filling my wall up with these, but they're really good because, you know, they're you can take them anywhere with you. So I put mine in my pencil case, and I take I use my mechanical pencil for you know, doing these, because I like the, I don't know, it just feels different when I'm doing it with that. And then I take all my fine liners. I got coloured fine liners in this brand as well, and you know, I take that out. So if you're going out for a coffee or something, or pub or whatever, then it's really nice to sort of sit and do this. Well, you know, just relaxing. Or you could go to the library, anywhere really. And it's like when I go on holiday, I'm not that great with flying. So what I tend to do is I wear my noise cancelling headphones on the plane, and I draw for the whole journey, and I just find it helps me so much, because what with being autistic and having ADHD, I can get really overwhelmed in, you know, busy spaces. And you know, lots of people, especially I mean, I suppose a lot of people recognise those sorts of symptoms in people with autism, but people with ADHD have them as well, because there's a lot of overlap with the symptoms. And then of course when you have both together, then that's a whole different ball game, because then you've got the ADHD who wants to be spontaneous, and then you've got the autism who wants a routine, and so that can be pretty tiring. So what I'm going to try and do is sort of research whether we can be listening to music whilst we're doing this. So like I listen to a lot of binaural beats on my on YouTube. I've got YouTube Premium, so it's easier for me to listen to it and switch my phone, like the screen off. And so if you've not heard of binaural beats, have a look, because it's really gentle, you know, and it really calms your head down. And there's quite a few channels I follow on there, and yeah, it's just really lovely and calming, and it's good for focus as well. So it's like when, you know, if you're whoever you are, like, you know, even if you're not neurodivergent and you're just feeling overwhelmed, it's really lovely because it calms your brain down. And then if you've got an overactive brain and you can't focus and you can't shut down, then there's like ADHD sort of focus music or study music, and there's one that I listen to, which is my go-to one for when you know, my ADHD brain won't slow down, and so I listen to the same you know, the same what do I want to call it, music, that's it. And see, that's the word finding challenging with having dyslexia. Yeah, so there's one piece of music I listen to from a channel called Green Red Tree Productions, and yeah, really good. I also like doing this before going to sleep. So in the evenings, if I've had plenty of time on a screen, then I do all this kind of drawing. Just try and slow my brain down, because with the ADHD and autism, I tend to suffer from insomnia, and so I'm sort of not overstimulating myself. And like, even if I'm working on a commission for someone, I do it for a certain amount of hours in the evening, and then I'll come off the drawing and put that away, and then do some of this. So, you know, just got into drawing mandalas as well, and there's like loads of different ones you can do. So I'm just working my way through doing those at the moment. So what we'll do, because I've not stuck to the lines for all of it, you know, I'll rub out the extra pencil lines. Just a standard rubber will do. Ooh. Okay. So with doing these, you can take as little or as long amount of time as you like. It's entirely up to you. I mean, I can literally spend hours on these. Okay, and then so we're not far off of outlining all of this. I remember when I first started doing this, I was with the lines, I was kind of like, oh, bit wiggly, and I think the more you do it, the more practice you get, the confident you are with placing the line. And so I found my lines have sort of, you know, started to get a lot straighter. So when I'm doing like mandalas, I measure it all out. I do use a compass, measure with a ruler or set square protractor, that kind of a thing, and But then what I do is when I'm adding all of my patterns and stuff, or if I'm adding colour or a black outline, then what I do is I freehand over the top and just take little bits at a time, and I find you know, it's starting to improve, like circle drawing, you know, drawing straight lines, and yeah, it's been let's go and do these over here actually. You know, it's been really good practicing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the colour. Then afterwards, like we did with the butterfly, I'm going to add, oh, I could do that one. I'm going to add like graphite shading if needed. Use my white gel pen, you know, give a different finish to it. Oh, see, said I could do straight line. Totally missed that. I can do straight lines. Yeah, so you know, add some white gel pen to sort of bring it, you know, different effect to it. Oh, there's a line there as well. There you go. That's what I wanted to do on that one. I confused myself earlier. Okay, and then just the bottom flippers to do now. So that was what we did first, was the lines. Oh. So, you know, if you want to, you can, when you're adding the colour, you can either stick to the colour theme of the turtle, or you can go totally bright colour crazy, which is what I'm going to do. Just really try and make it stand out. It's entirely up to you though. It's your picture, and there is no right or wrong way of doing things. The only rule is that you've got to enjoy yourself and relax, which is not a bad rule. Oh, headbutting the camera. Okay, right, just another drink of tea. Right, So it's looking a bit jumbled at the moment because you can see the pencil lines coming through. That's it. But once we clear them out the way, then we can get started. This is looking pretty chaotic in the middle, isn't it? But once we've done the the various patterns in each section of the shell, then it'll start coming back to us. Right. It's colour pen time. I'm just going to get all of my, sorry about the noise, all of my pens out on the side. I have 2 sets of felt tip fine liner pens, and there's just like tons of them. Right, let's get rid of the pencil line. So I should give myself, well, given the ink enough time to dry so that it doesn't smudge. So if you're using paper, just go careful how fast you're rubbing out the pencil mark, because you could end up creasing your paper, which I've done numerous times. What I'm going to do once I've finished my turtle, I'm going to put it up on my wall somewhere. My walls are covered at the moment. I think I've got a bit more space somewhere. If not, I'm going to have to start switching around. Okay, right, so I'm going to use a light green. So as I said, you can use any shade that you want, any colour, any material. It's entirely up to you. I think one of the animals I'm going to do is I'm going to do it as mixed media. So I could do a bit of collage and then do some pen art on it. I haven't done any collage for a couple of years. Got all the bits and pieces, but I found colour pencils and just stuck with them, and it's I love colour pencils, but I also like the idea of colour pencils is my my first love. I absolutely love them, and love using them for big sort of pieces like of animals, that kind of a thing. And they're good for portraits as well, human portraits. But then having sort of I had some experience with Zentangling in the summer of 2023, and I did that for a bit and then put the stuff away in one of my art boxes and totally forgot about it. And then something just appeared on my Facebook newsfeed to do with Zentangling, and then that was in December last year, and so then I decided I wouldn't mind doing that. And then I thought, I'd love to be able to do mandalas, so I watched a few videos, followed a few followed a few groups on Facebook, and just looked roughly what sort of patterns you can do. And then the ones that I've been doing, I've been you know, I've been making up myself. So yes, it's great, and you know, I just love using it. Like, you know, like felt tips. And then I've also got myself some acrylics. So I'm going to have a go at doing dot mandalas. So it's where you've got the metal tools, and you can just dip it in the ink. It's not the ink, the paint. You could probably do it with ink, and you know, rather than just sort of making marks with pen, you just do it with paint. It comes out really nice. You can do it on like stones, so you can probably do it on like glassware, or anything really, I suppose. So I'm going to have not done it before, but I'm going to have a practice, and then what I'll do is I'll do a tutorial on it. And so if you've not done it before, then you know, you can have a go at doing it at the same time as me. So I'm just using a darker green to go around here. But if, yeah, going back to the dot mandalas, if you don't have the metal tools and you've just got little paintbrushes, you could do it with that, or with you could actually probably do it with the bottom of a biro. Just dip the bottom of the biro in the paint and then just put that on there as it's like small and round. Oh, gone over the edge a bit there, never mind. Okay, so that's the head done. Right, let's have a look at these. What do I want to do? Oh, I know. I wouldn't wear this colour because it's not my colour, but I really love, I've always loved pens this colour ever since I was a kid. It's just really nice, and I tend to I've always used it with a turquoise colour because I've always liked the combinations. And then, whilst I'm using it, it's just so relaxing doing this. You know, feel quite chilled. Right. Okay, and then is it this colour I wanted? Or that colour? go with this one. So these pens that I've got, these ones are the Stabilo, so they're a good brand. And then I've also got the Staedtler ones as well. Oh, there we go. So both really good brands, got really good reviews on them. I'm not going to stick to the black line because you can still see it. So as you can probably guess, since because you know, from when we did the butterfly one last time, I coloured that in with marker pens. You can see that I've actually just gone a bit mad and bought loads of felt tip pens. Because I just bought myself a large A3 sketchbook, which you can use for marker pens, because what I'd like to do at some point when I've got a spare chance is do like an A3 size mandala and do it in colour, and either do it with like marker pens. And then I've also got other types of paper I can use. So I've got mixed media, so I can use like acrylics on it or watercolours. So it'd just be nice to sort of you know, see the different sorts of effects I can get on it. So these ones where we're working in finer detail. We could have, you know, if we were using the smaller fine liners, another way around to do this would be to colour each shell partition in a light art marker, and then go in black pen and do all of the patterns on the top. So there's like another option you could use. So if you haven't got these and you've only got art markers, that's another way around of doing it. Oh, went over the line. Never mind. Well, not never mind, I don't like going over the lines, but maybe I can get a black fine liner pen and go over that. Although, you know, it doesn't matter if I don't. Oh, keep moving off camera. Sorry about that. And now on this side, I can hear fireworks going off in the background, and it's February, so don't know what that's about. Another thing you could do with these, if you wanted, you could print off the outline like we've done with this. You could draw patterns on there, make copies. If you've got children or there's adult, adult friends or relatives, you can make copies and give it to them as like like the big colouring books you get with this sort of thing, and you could make your own. You could make your own, sell them on Etsy, Shopify, eBay. You'll always get people wanting to buy them. And you could have your own little side hustle. So it's probably looking a bit garish, isn't it? But that's fine. You can have it whatever way you like. So if you want all of your colours to match, then do that. Or if you want to do what I do and just add every colour that's in the rainbow and in between, then do that. Whatever makes you happy. So with some of these patterns I can actually use the alcohol art markers. So what I'll do is because what I'm going to do with some of them is I'm going to do some line art over underneath. Ooh, I don't know, I've gone over the line again. Yeah, so I can do like some of the line art on top of it, like I'd mentioned just now. Okay, so that's that. Right, let's try a light colour. What's that one? So this one I'm going to use is, it says fleshed tint on the end, but I'm wondering if it's supposed to say flesh tint. Not sure. Right. So when the looks more like flesh tint. There you go. So when these go down, they, like all colours, go slightly darker, and then they come out quite sort of faint. Okay, I've got a pale purple here. So with things like this, you can just go ahead and use your thicker markers. And obviously, like we had with the flippers and that, where we've got fine, and the head where we've got finer details, then the fine liners work better. Right, and sometimes when you have so many colours, it's hard to choose. Right, but I want to make them all light and bright, so got a pale green. What's that? Oh, mint cream. So just going around the outside on here, so we've got quicker coverage on it. So this is where we're going to see the different sections of the shell. Come back to us a bit. Right, that's that. What's this one? Moss green. Mauve, yeah, mauve. Pastel peach. I can get the, oh, there we go. Some of these are so difficult to get off. Yellow. Oh, got a bit down there, see? Can't see it, always see it, can I? Right, let's do that. Pastel peach in the middle there. And the mauve on the outside. Missed that bit as well. Oh well, done it totally around the other way, never mind. It's because I didn't actually do the lines on there, which is what I should have been looking out for, but that doesn't matter. just, you know, go with the flow. Right. Okay, so with this, maybe that would look better with a fine liner. Never mind. Doesn't matter. I think what I'll do with this at the end is actually, because it probably doesn't need graphite, is highlight some parts with my white gel pen. I like my white gel pen. Got a good one from W.H. Smith. I think I mentioned that on the butterfly tutorial. Right. Oh. Turquoise. So with things like this where it's like darker, then that's when I would go ahead and use the white gel pen on it. Okay, and on this one I'm just going to use one colour on that. What one colour do I want? What's this one? Pastel pink. So I'm not really a pink person, but with pens I quite like using them. It's a bit brighter than pastel. Actually, when it dries out, it goes a bit lighter. So on that one I'll use the gel pen as well. Okay, so I want this is Vermilion. So these are quite tough to get the lids off of these, but I suppose there's no point having a loosely fitted one because they're just going to run out. A bit in there. Yep. And what's that one? I've got all of my art markers in, oh this is Deco Peach, in a wooden wooden sort of case kind of thing, so they can lay down, because when you've got dual-ended markers, then you know where you've got like the finer point one end and you've got like the broad nib at the other end. What you need to do is you need to sort of keep them laid down so you've got like an even dispersal of the ink. So I did have these in the case, but I didn't like the case because it was really flimsy, and every time you opened the zip, you know, they all collapsed everywhere. So I mean, these are like, the art markers are from Shuttle Art, but the actual bamboo like little mini cabinet for it is Ohuhu, I think that's how you pronounce it, and they do lots of really good art stuff. And I've got like the mixed media notepad, sketch pad. Right, what do I want to put in there? What's that? Heather Violet. Oh, if I can get in. Oh. Alright. Yeah. Okay, it's actually quite similar to that colour. That's fine. Because these lines are going to be a darker colour. I want ultraviolet. Oh. So, you know, there's different areas where I can go in with the gel pen. Right, and what colour? Yellow green. Let's see what this one comes out like. Okay, that's unusual. Lime green. Oh, sorry about that. Should have reminded my son to turn off his notifications because they're coming through on my laptop. Okay. Right. Oh yeah, the ice blue. I love the ice blue. Okay, and this is the one I've been looking for. I like this one. This is, I think it's chartreuse, something like that. I think these two go nicely together. So the good thing about, you know, filming these so sorry, I'm just stuck in my train of thought there. Yeah, the good thing about doing these, I mean, yes, you know, we've been going for over an hour on this, but when you're sort of playing it back, it's like anything with it being on like YouTube and things like that, is that you can just pause it and come back to it at another time, so you don't have to sort of spend like a whole block of time on it. If you wanted to use this as like a mini project, then, you know, something to do each day, to come when you sort of at the end of the day or the beginning of the day, whatever, you can just sort of have it as a ongoing project and doing different bits and pieces, you know, over several days. So yeah. Right, what do I want on that one? Let's have a look. I'm going to use a cool grey on this one. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, as I was saying, you know, don't have to do all this in one go. What you can do is just keep coming back to bits and pieces. But for the benefit of the, you know, the tutorial, I'm doing this all in one go for you, just so that you can see what I do. And then, you know, you can refer to the video, or you can sort of either, you know, base your ideas on some of the things that I've done. If you want to do something slightly different, if you want to choose totally different colours, if you want them all to match. I mean, this one's very flashy, very bright, but yeah, it's you know, I like sort of the way this is going. I mean, you know, it's you can choose whatever colours you want. It's, you know, if you just want to use like maybe a certain number of colours, then you don't have to think about what other colours to use. I like that pale purple, that's a really nice one. I know I've used it. It's really hard work getting into these, but I really like it. I think it goes well with the grey. So yeah, if you want to just use maybe like, I don't know, about 5 or 6 colours, maybe less, or, you know, 2 colours, it's entirely up to you. I mean, you don't have to do all of these different patterns either. You can I don't know, go choose 3 patterns and just, you know, stick with that. Right, so this one here is going to be all in one colour because I'm probably going to, actually if I use the ice blue on that one, because I might be able to use graphite pencil over the top just to do a bit of shading. I don't know if you're the same as me, but you get like a pack of pens, and I've been like this since I was a child, and you know, you've always got those favourite colours that you use first, and it's always those ones that run out quickly, and then gradually you're stuck with the browns. Okay, so that's that. What do I want here? Let's have a look. Pumpkin yellow. Okay. Okay. And I think I might go in with a, let's have a look, what colour do I want to go in with? What's that? I'll go in with a, oh god, these pens, bronze green, I think this is. So we can just like separate these colours out like that. Okay. I think these edge bits here, I'm just going to do them as like stripes. So always planning forward with my colours. Okay. Okay, this is carmine. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to use some of the white gel pen, sort of just to highlight some bits and pieces on that, so we can add our colours in and then just work on some line art. So as you can see, some of those compartments will come back again now that we've added the colour to them. It's quite a nice red actually, quite like that. And what's this one? Oh, I'm just going to go with an ochre. So I'm just going to go in, just do the outlines of the squares. I think I'm going to might leave this, oh I don't know if I have to leave the centre ones or not. Or I might just add another colour with it. I don't know, maybe a blue, possibly. So we're getting through this quite quick now. Usually I would sort of take a lot more time on this, but I'm sort of just want to get through this so that I can show you the, you know, what it looks like with the white gel pen. What's that one? Pastel blue. No, I got a blue too near that one. Let's have a look. Light jade green. It's quite snazzy, this. So what I'll do is I will I know I did the line art, I sent it in a newsletter, but what I'll do is when I share this, so I'll upload the video on YouTube, and then what I'll do is I'll do another newsletter with the, you know, with the outline, and I'll also post the you know, the outline onto the Facebook groups and into the community as well, so that you've got access to the, you know, to the line art. Right, it's going to go for a blue, aren't I? That's it, the pastel blue. Yeah, so so I will upload the line art on my community newsletter and both Facebook groups, and then that way you've got access to this if you didn't receive the letter, or you're not, you know, you're not signed up on, you know, onto my newsletter. So sort of just making sure that, you know, you've got access to it. So I'm going to be adding, although we've got the black line art in this section, I am going to be adding the gel pen to that one as well. No, use that one. So I'm going with a deep yellow for this part. That's nice. I like that shade. So these pens are also great for illustration, like comic strips, manga. Just like large scale drawings. Right, okay. So I want to do around the shell first before I end up doing the back flippers. And what colours do I want? Two colours. I think I want quite like green and yellow actually. Forest green and what else do we want? That's light green, but apparently it looks more like yellow. Pale yellow. Okay, right. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in and do alternate that colour. Just be very careful not to that one there. So it's a bit sort of loud and leery, this one, but I like it. Because what I like about doing things like this, I mean, I think, you know, most of the time I probably would just use a colour scheme. But sometimes when I just want to, you know, do what we're doing here, then I just like to sort of choose colours that I don't use a lot, so that I can, you know, I can get good use of all of my pens and all of the different colours that are available. Right, I'm going to use that as well there, and then yeah, so yeah, this is why, you know, like having a bit of downtime and chilling, I can, yeah, just like using all of the different colour pens that I've got, and I can make good use out of them. But yeah, if I was say like doing this as, I don't know, say for example someone wanted me to do this, you know, draw this for them and colour it in for them, then I would probably just stick to, you know, a specific colour scheme. So if you I don't know, don't necessarily have to have this on white paper. You can go for like different colour paper or card. Right, now for the yellow. Going to get some good markings on here with the white pen as well. You can buy the gel pens individually, so you don't have to buy them as part of a pack of anything. It's turning into quite a psychedelic turtle. I'd love to see, you know, all of your finished, you know, pieces, so you can either upload them onto any of the Facebook groups or the online community. What I might do is I'm gonna do the flippers in one colour and use the white pen on that as well, because you know, the time that we're spending on this. Okay, so what colour flippers? Let's go for cobalt blue because the white will go really well on it. So we can still just about see the round circles on it. It's quite a nice shade of blue, this one. Yeah, so you can still see the lines and the circle, and then I'm just going to put some highlights on there. So yeah, like I say, you don't have to do all this in one go. Just do little bits here and there if you want to, and then you know, you can make it last a long time. Right, so just get the white gel pen. So just make sure it's working. Actually, it will be. So this brand seems to be working really well. I had another style of brand of white pen, and it really struggled to work on any surface. So you can do any pattern on here that you like. You don't have to draw around these. You could, you know, you could do lines in the background. Oh yeah, so I could do, so on the darker green, just do, you know, lines like that. So it sort of goes onto the marker pen pigment really well. And on here, just do lines down. So it's whatever you want to do. Normally I would take a bit more time over this, but yeah, I spent a long time on this, so I just want to get through. So you can just do the odd line on here, and here we can just go on that, and then on this and on that there, and then we can draw the round circles on here. Just undo the lines. And same on this side. So it comes out really great on the darker colours as well. I mean, if you had like a gold or a silver pen, like, I don't know, for like from Posca, you could use them on here. They've got different size nibs on those, so you can get some really thick ones or you can get some thinner ones. There are other brands that do like gold and silver pens as well, so you could do that as well. Oh goodness me, sorry. Sorry about that. It didn't ring just now when that one came through. Okay, and so yeah, it's just, you know, adding lines where you want, really. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy doing yours. Mine looks like a patchwork quilt, which you know, I really like it. So I will see you on the next tutorial, and you know, I hope you're, you know, I hope yours is nice and relaxing as mine is. So yeah, when you finish, if you want to, you can upload your artwork onto any of the platforms. It'd be great to sort of flood all the feeds with bright colours. So I'll see you next time.